Hi! Hello! It's a Tuesday, which is, I guess, a weird time to be doing weekly planning, but I just haven't felt like it, and I've been very tired. I have a little bit of a cold right now, and the weather's been really glum, and I've been really glum. So, yeah. Been really drowsy too, so I'm finally now just starting to plan. Let me see if I can get that. Alright. Hello, everyone. Oh, you're going to your cousin's birthday. Well, at least you're going to have delicious food, Melody. Thank you for stopping by for a second and letting me know. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Libby. Hi, Diana. Well, I hope you have an awesome time and eat deliciousness. We don't really have much food in the house right now, so needless to say, I'm jealous. Alright, yeah, I'm really wiped, you guys, so sorry if this is low energy. I guess first I want to start with opening up some stars from the star jar, because I haven't opened any for February yet, and I would like to. So let's do 2 of these, and 1 of these. Dairy Queen. I really like Dairy Queen. Chris had never heard of them before, or had never been to them before, and I still haven't taken him, but I want to because I personally really like it. I haven't seen it in a long time, though. I haven't eaten it in a long time, though. It's not something that I've gotten recently. But anyway. Okay. So these ones that are the red and white striped are ongoing series. This one is an author that I would like to read all the works by, and I kind of just want to like try to pick up a book by this author soon to kind of continue on in that vein. These red ones are physical books, physical series that I'm reading, and I'd like to choose one of those. And then this one is a classic. This one is a standalone audiobook. Let's see if I can remember what these other ones are. Let's get rid of the ones that I know what they are, that I've already chosen from. So all these blue ones, I've just chosen my one already. I just like their dairy products. I don't really know what else they have, since I don't go out to eat that often. Actually, I'm thinking maybe I should choose this yellow star instead, just because it looks like it's on its last legs. Okay, let's see if I can remember what these are. So, I guess one way to find out is just to open one of each, and then I'll be able to know which ones I should open duplicates from. Oh, and then from this jar, I think I should open 1, 2, 3. Okay. I just do it while listening to audiobooks or watching stuff with Christopher. So it's like instead of just like sitting and doing nothing while watching TV for an hour with my husband, instead I wrote and folded stars instead, and that's how I got through all of these. I really like them, and I like the mindlessness of like writing them all. Oh, what is this? this on this? Well, I've already DNF'd it, so it's fine. I guess I can open another one of those. I decided not to read that recently based off of a review from a friend. Oh, in case you guys are wondering, I guess, it's the Second Son series by Jennifer McQuiston. And I decided to not read the last book in that series. It's just a novella in the series, the 2.5. And she was like, oh, it just follows the heroine from book 2's sister. And I was like, oh, I don't think I liked her, so I DNF'd it. Decided to not continue on with that. It's not only books that I own. I read most of my books from the library. They're mostly just books that I've been wanting to get to in general. Gosh, what are these? I guess just series. Oh, they're series that I only needed to read one more book in to finish. The Brother Sinister series by Courtney Milan. I already read the last book in this series as well, so 2 for 2. I finished 2 series. One of them I DNF, one of them I completed. So I guess that's good for now. I don't need to be opening more of those to add more onto my plate. I think these are physical TBR books, so I can pop the rest of those in here. And then, let's see what these green ones are. Christopher and I, over on Sunday, we watched half of The Two Towers and The Return of the King and just scanned books all day because we're going to organize them a different way. So we were scanning on the Goodreads app, and we made like a separate Goodreads that is just like for the Rhodes family, and it has all the books that we own on it, and we just put them all on our like to read pile on Goodreads because we just figured that was the best way to do it. If you go through and scan them all, because on the Goodreads app it lets you scan the cover or the or the barcode. I feel like if you did that and then just like went on your Goodreads and copied and pasted it, it wouldn't be too bad. And then printed them out. But anyway, lots of TBR books though. Okay, so these green ones are Audible books. Ah, I'm tearing it. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. You bought 15 doubles. Yeah, Diana, it's definitely worth it to do it. It does. It takes, like, dedication. But it makes it worth it. And if you get your husband to help you, it's not as bad. Like I said, Chris and I scanned probably over, like, 8... I don't know. It was probably close to 8 hours. But that was also probably because we were figuring it out and getting the hang of how we were doing it, and next time it'll be faster. But we scanned like over 600 books, so it really wasn't like terrible. Once Upon a Marquess by Courtney Milan, which is actually the book club pick for this month, so that works. Definitely will be getting to that this month. So I'm just going to open these 2 and then choose one of these. So I'm done with that, and I'm done with these 2. Actually, I think I want to open 3 of those. Okay. This is actually probably going to be our club pick in 2 months. Or 3 months. Probably for May. Someone to Love by Mary Balogh, so I probably won't be reading this anytime soon. But I've opened it. These are just books that I had on my Audible that I've been wanting to get to. So I definitely will be getting those too. And lastly from this one, this is why I feel like I can't open Star Jars in videos, because it's just, I'm so slow. I'm going to have to cut out so much time. And an Offer from a Gentleman by Julia Quinn, which I'm actually currently reading, so I'm doing great on this, you guys. Alright, and then all my other stars. So let's do my standalones first. That's impressive, Keisha. It's hard to remember what you own, especially if, like me, you do like read a lot on audio or read from the library. I just can't do it and remember which ones I actually have. Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. So I guess that's what I'll be. Ooh, I might want to actually push this one back for the fact that I really wanted to try to get to North and South soon. Like, I've really been wanting to read North and South. Reread North and South, I mean. So, I don't know. I don't know if I should read Wives and Daughters first or go read North and South. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I'll open another mustard yellow in that case. I'm not sure. Maybe I won't. Okay, I'm not going to. That is a problem, Diana. The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield, which I guess is good when it's cold. That seems like a very cold weather book, but I don't know that I'm particularly in the mood for it right now. Oh well, we'll see. This one, I believe, is a physical book that I've been wanting to get to for a while. All the rest of these are pretty much all on audio. You love the 13th Tale. I've heard really good things. I just don't know if I'm in the mood for it. I feel like also because I just read The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, and it was one of those, like, books for book lover books, and I feel like that's kind of what the 13th Tale is as well. Oh, Tamlin by Pamela Dean. I think that might actually be fun to possibly try to get to this one this month or next month, because, probably in March, because the book club pick for The Perilous Guard for my book club is also a Tamlin retelling, and it might be fun to read them close back to back to like compare them. It is a book, it is one of those books. Exactly, and I don't know if I'm in the mood for another one of those because I didn't like The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry and I was really disappointed by it. Is it Fikry or Fikry? It's Fikry. Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. I was really bummed out by it and didn't really enjoy it, so. Okay, let's see. North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. Okay, that decides it. I will read this before Wives and Daughters, so I'm going to open up another mustard colored one. This one's already coming apart, so I'm going to do that. Oh! Okay, lots of big books. This is, yeah, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. North and South, Wives and Daughters, The Count of Monte Cristo, all behemoths. Okay, I think that is a sign that in the next couple months I need to slow down my reading and focus on like chunky books. Okay. Alright. I think that's a good goal, Keisha. I was telling Chris that he was wanting to buy a book at the bookstore, and it was at the used bookstore, and the spine was slightly cracked, and it was book 2 in the series, and he was like, oh, I wish the spine wasn't cracked. Maybe I'm just gonna buy it online. And I'm like, okay. I was like, maybe you should read the first book first that we already own. And he was like, and someone in the bookstore like laughed really loud, and I was like, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to tell you off, but like maybe read the book you already own before deciding you're gonna buy the second book. Like, I don't care if you buy the second book full price brand new, just read the first book first. I feel like TBR jars only work if A, you can structure your reading really well, or B, if you just read a lot. And since I'm a mood reader, and I also do like planning, but I read a lot, so like I feel like it works. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so the author that I chose that I want to like read every book by them is Sonali Dev, who I actually just like recommended all her books to someone at the bookstore today. She's great, and I was actually planning on reading book 2 and book 4 of her series, both within the next couple weeks. Book 2 I already have checked out from the library, and I'm going to read it ASAP. And book 4 in her series, I've read 1 and 3. Book 4 in her series, they're all just companion novels. Don't come at me about reading them out of order. It's okay if you read them out of order. But book 4, I have on hold at the library, and it says it's going to come off of hold in the next, like, 2 weeks. So I'm going to get to both of those anyway. So this is actually, like, a perfect pile. It's so good. All right. And I'm bad about buying like that, too. But I'm like, Chris, you can't buy a brand new second book if you haven't read the first book. What book was that? I'm trying to remember. Kings of the Wild, maybe? Is that what that's called? No, it wasn't Kings of the Wild. It was... Oh, shoot. I'd have to go check. It wasn't Kings of the Wild. Gosh, what was it? I wish I remembered. It was some fantasy book that has a similar cover to Kings of the Wild. I could go check on in the living room if you really want me to. I think I know whereabouts they are, so I could go find it. Yes, being a mood reader, and especially if you don't read a lot, it's hard to do TBRJRs. Yes, Keisha, for sure. And I totally understand, like, buying the sequels in that situation. Heaven knows I've done it a lot myself. But I'm like, you can't go buy the new, brand new book, Christopher, if you if you haven't even read the first one. Like, no. Okay. So a physical series. Oh, this is kind of perfect as well, because I've been in a contemporary mood. It's Jill Shalvis, and the series is the Pet series. What is it called? Animal Magnetism series. This is another one where I was bad and read the second book first. Basically, how I read the second book first was I was waiting at the library for Christopher, and I didn't have a book with me, so I just like kind of sat down and pulled it off the shelf and read it all in like one night. It was really fun, but that's why I had read the second one first. I didn't have the first one. Okay, so now these are just series that I want to continue on in. Oh my gosh, I keep ripping all this paper. Stop, Giselle, stop. Yeah, you guys, I am toasting this. I just finished. This is the Enola Holmes series by Nancy Springer, and I actually continued and read book 3, book 4, book 5, and book 6 this year already, and completed this series. Yes! I'm so good. Okay, which means 3 of the 3 series that I've opened up so far, I have already completed. And also, that was not a physical series, so I don't know if I wrote it on my physical paper, because I was... Oh, I didn't write it on my physical paper. That was on my normal paper. Okay, I was like, I listened to that series. I did listen to that series, and I wrote it on the listen to that series. You guys, the Enola Holmes series is so good. If you like Sherlock Holmes in any way, shape, or form, I really recommend it. It's fantastic. I loved it. Oh my gosh, the Memoirs of Lady Trent series by Marie Brennan, which I'm actually super in the mood for, and actually started the second book of like 2-3 days ago, so I'm already currently reading that one. I think I did put it on hold and decide to take a step back, but I may just pick it back up this week instead because I'm in the mood for some memoirs of Lady Trent because she is a cool lady and I'm in the mood to read books about awesome boss ladies. Yay, you're back. I need to complete series. I feel like I start a new one every time I pick up a book lately. I know it's the same with me, Keisha. I was actually just, I don't know if you guys watch Kaylee. Her channel is Books from MKs. But Books for MKs. She's great. I really love her. And we were just trying to choose what book we wanted to buddy read recently. And actually North and South and The Count of Monte Cristo were ones that we were talking about. Both are rereads for her, and North and South is a reread for me. So we were talking about that, and I sent her like a list of books that I was interested in, and she was like, I can't read any of those because I'm on a series ban, and she's not allowing herself to start any new series until she completes like all her ongoing series pretty much. I don't know how she's doing it. I wouldn't have the self-control. But I'm really impressed with her. And she like has it all drawn out in her bullet journal and it's beautiful. Anyway. Oh my gosh, me too, Diana. I don't know what it was. Before 2000 and the beginning of 2017, I had like 30 ongoing series. I started like 40 series last year. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was just like, new series, new series, new series, new series. Why? Why did I do that to myself? And now I have like 70 ongoing series. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if I beat you out, Diana, but it's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm in shock with myself. The next one is the Maiden Lane series by Elizabeth Holt. I don't know if I like either of those, actually. I think what I'm going to do about Maiden Lane is that I'm going to try book 3, because I don't think I liked book 1 or book 2. Actually, I'm pretty sure I hated book 2 and DNF'd it because it was trash. I did DNF book 2 and hated it because it was trash. So I think I'm going to try book 3 and then DNF the series if I don't like it. I like to give an author at least like 2 tries, usually. But yeah, that was really bad. I wonder if I said why I hated it so much. Oh, there was a bunch of cheating. And yeah, they were like cheating with each other on other people and were terrible and like making it seem like it was okay because her fiance wasn't like very nice in the end, even though he was very nice to her in the moment and like before she cheated, but apparently it's like he ends up not being super nice, so it's okay. And I'm like, no, don't justify your cheating. Anyway, so that's why I didn't like the second book. Just make a list of all the series. Basically what I had to do is I went through my Goodreads and scoured it for every start of a new series and like went through and figured out like a serious plan about like finishing them and continuing on with them and making progress in them. It's hard though. It takes self-control. Alright, so some more series. Oh, you guys, these are all so perfect. Wow. My Star Jars just love me so much. So this is the Squire's Tale series. And I need to continue on the series with book 2, which is The Squire, His Knight, and His Lady by Gerald Morris. I really want to read some Arthurian books. And this is an Arthurian retelling, so that ticks that off. Oh, yum. That's awesome, Keisha. That's so great. Is it any special kind of spaghetti or just straight spaghetti with like marinara, or even without marinara. Oh, this is so perfect, you guys. Ugh. Okay. Sorry, you're probably getting sick of hearing that. Okay. The Austenland series by Shannon Hale, Book 2, Midnight in Austenland. I really wanted to try to fit this in for Contemporary-a-thon. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I really want to. Spaghetti and meatballs. That sounds delicious, actually. Now I really want spaghetti and meatballs. It might have to happen soon. Ooh. Ooh. Can I just fold this book back up and pretend it didn't happen? Let's just... okay. Let's just pretend this star never even got unfolded. Like, you can't even tell I opened it. You can go back in your home. It was fine. It's fine. Right? Okay. Let's open... Oh, come on. Where are you? Let's open this one instead. This one's falling apart. I'm just trying to close it back up. What book are we pretending you didn't open? I actually have it. I don't know where I have it. Oh, it's back there. Okay. Let's see. It's this book. Blame It on the Duke by Lenora Bell. This series is some of the worst books I've ever read in my whole life. They were terrible. So bad. And the publisher sent it to me, and I feel really bad. I haven't read this book, but it's so bad. I hated it. Hated it. So I haven't read this one yet. But I read book 1 and book 2, and the writing is just ugh. And the characters are just ugh. And all the situations are just ugh. I really don't like it. And I really don't want to read it. But I feel like I should at least try it for the publisher's sake. So, I'm not forcing myself through that right now, though. I just don't have... No. I won't do it. It was so bad. Is The Three Musketeers the first book in that series, though? Which is the first book in that series? Let's see. Speaking of The Three Musketeers, a new translation just came out. Oh, that is book 1. Okay, I wasn't sure. But don't start a new series. It's such a bad idea, don't do it. Ugh, and it's fairly long, too. Anyway. Yeah. I've heard The Three Musketeers is good, but I've just heard such amazing things about the Count of Monte Cristo. Oh, you always have a dog near you. Which human she wants to annoy. Yeah, because the Man in the Iron Mask, like, has some of the Musketeers in him. I have never seen one of the Three Musketeers movie, but I have seen that Man in the Iron Mask movie, and it was really, really boring, and I didn't like it. My mom made me watch it. And I I have seen The Count of Monte Cristo, but I don't really remember it at all. But I'm very excited to read it. Okay. Oh! Amulet. The Cloud Searchers by Kazu Kibuishi, Kibuishi. I decided to DNF that series. Boom, I am on a roll, you guys. I guess that means I can open up another one. Allie, we should read it together. That's going so well for us. You never read series in order until BookTube? What? Are you crazy? That's so crazy, Sauce. How? But you miss. That's okay. Horrifying. Like, you get like all the like character progression and everything though. That's oh no. Okay. Okay, let's see what my other series I've decided to open instead is. Truth About the Duke, Blame It on Bath by Carolyn Linden. I'm okay with that, actually. Her newest book, Carolyn Linden's newest book, comes out on the 27th, I want to say. So I'm going to start her new series. I think it would be good to like continue on with this series before I start her new series. I've actually met her in person though. I went to a book hangout in the local area, and she like was there, and I had never read anything by her yet, but I knew who she was, and she's like, "Oh, I'm Carolyn Linden," and I'm like, "What?" And so now I've read one of her books, but I really liked her herself. She was really cute and fun, and now I've read one of her books and I liked it, and I'm excited to continue on with that, but I'm also excited to get to her new book. Anyway, yes. Allie, we should read it together. Kaylee from Books for MKs. Books for MKs. Why can't I say that? Books for MKs. It's not that hard. We were talking about she wants to reread The Count of Monte Cristo, and I think maybe she and I don't know when we're gonna get to it. We were thinking maybe like May? Sometime after April, I know, is what we were thinking. Like May or June. And it really is like a devoting like your whole month to that though. It's so long. Yeah, for the Three Musketeers though, I know Steve mentioned in one of his videos, in his February TBRBY video, his To Be Read By You video, that he mentioned that translation was really good and to keep your eye out for it. But I don't know. I already own The Count of Monte Cristo on Audible. Well, I don't own it, but my brother owns it, and I don't know who the translator is. No, that makes sense, Keisha. I don't... I noticed the only Three Musketeers that I've ever seen... I know I've seen part of one of the live movies, but it was a real long time ago. And besides that, the only Three Musketeers that I've ever seen is the Barbie one. Barbie and the Three Musketeers. Oh boy, that movie was bad. I love the Barbie movies, but that one I did not like. Yeah. I feel like the only thing, Allie, about like buddy reading such a long book is that it's like, do we schedule the crap out of it and go like, this is how much we're reading every day? Or do we like more loosely schedule and like say like, this is how much we're gonna read every week and just like read at your own pace? Or do we just say like, we're reading it over the next like month or two, take your time, and we'll just discuss when we can. I don't know. There's like several different ways you can do it, and I don't know which one would be the best, because I feel like trying to schedule out it too much is just going to be like not good. let's see. Whenever is fine with you. Aren't you, like, in school, though? Do you have the time to... just pick it up whenever? Anyway. Okay, The Count of Monte Cristo. It doesn't... It's the one narrated by Bill Homewood. Is the one that I have. The edition that I have. But I don't know which edition that is. Because I think we should at least read the same, like, translator. Bill Homewood. Oh my gosh, this is a $60 audiobook. That's crazy. Okay, why is mine, like, twice as long as all these other ones? Like, how much supplementary content is in this? Okay. I'm trying to find my edition. This may take a while. I apologize. You're allowed to listen to books at work? Ugh. I'm so jealous. Hey, Libby, are you still here? Pop up if you are. Because I have a question. Okay. So I found the edition. Now who the frick translated it? Bill Homewood, Count of Monte Cristo, translator. Because, Libby, I don't know if you saw, but Allie and I have been reading The Dragonette Prophecy, and Allie thinks it's okay, but not very good. I'm assuming from what you've said so far, and I think it's trash, and I'm gonna DNF it. And I don't know how far you got, and if you have an opinion, but we don't like it, or at least I don't like it. Now, why doesn't it have the translator? This doesn't even say the translator. I don't know, you guys, I can't find it, so hopefully we have the same edition. Okay. It's okay for you. You're in chapter 8 or 9. I think I'm still on chapter 6. Maybe 7. I think it's so boring. I don't know. I don't know why it's not saying the translators. It's so frustrating. The only thing is like, if I'm not planning on continuing on with the series, which I'm not, because I don't have time to read a 10-book long series of like a book that I'm not enjoying. So I'm not planning to continue on with the series. Why am I even going to finish the first book? Like, I just don't think it's worth it for me. Ugh, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait and see like your guys' spoilery thoughts and then decide if it's like worth continuing for me. But then on the other hand, I went and picked up Handbook for Dragon Slayers by Mary Haskell, which I already owned, but I was like, well, what's another dragon book? And I picked this up, and it's so funny, and I'm liking it so much, so I just don't think that's the kind of dragon story for me, as I need something more like this, more classic and interesting. You wouldn't recommend it either. So yeah, if you guys wouldn't recommend it to someone, then like, I don't feel like reading it. And seriously, it's been making me like not feel like reading anything. Oh my gosh, Siri, shut up. Seriously, every time I say seriously, my phone always turns on. But I just don't like, it's just not worth it because it's making me slumpy and I hate it. Okay, you guys, I opened so many books and I've either read so many or was already planning to read so many of them this week. That's perfect. I'll have to add them to my thing when I have a second. Okay. Allie, I'm so jealous. At your library, to work there, do you not need to have a degree? Or do you just need to be working towards a degree? I'm interested, because I would really love to be a librarian. I think that would be my ideal job, but I'm kind of like terrified to look too much into it because then I know it's something that is not possible for me right now, and then I'll just be like really depressed about not knowing that I wouldn't be able to get into the profession. And so I kind of avoid it. Okay. So this is what my reading plans for the month look like so far. They're very cluttered, especially this week is crazy. Goodness knows what happened there. And yeah, I'm not liking the Dragonette Prophecy. I'm not liking 10 Ways to Be Adored when Landing a Lord. I'm not liking The Mountain Between Us. I'm not liking anything I'm reading right now, except for this, and I'm on chapter 2. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, you guys. Everything's just been sucking. And The Mountain Between Us I'm only reading because it's for my sister's book club. So I think I'm just going to put it on hold, try it once more on Sunday, and then just like firmly decide to DNF it if I've decided it's still trash. Your official job title is library assistant. Like, not to be too nosy and stuff, but like, do you get full pay? Are you full-time or part-time? Like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. You need a master's. Ugh. Well, I wonder if I could be a library assistant. I don't know. I I like working at the bookstore because I get to work with books. But I don't like working at the bookstore because I'm like the only person there who reads and nobody else likes or knows the books except for me. And I'm like, well, why do you work in a bookstore if you don't care about books? I don't understand it, but there's a few people who like minorly read like a couple books a year or like a book a month. And it's like not that you're not a real reader if you don't read that much, but they just don't care about it. It's not their passion. Like they'll maybe read sometimes occasionally, but they'd like rather watch TV or whatever. There's so many people there who's like, oh, I haven't read a book in like 10 years, or I hate reading, books are the worst, and like stuff like that. And I'm like, well, why do you work at a bookstore? And I just don't feel like you would encounter that at a library. Anyway. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Promoted to full-time, that's great. Oh my gosh, that's really cool, Allie. That's really, really awesome. Okay. You're giving me hope and faith. I don't know. And that's the thing is I would love to be a children's librarian. I feel like that would be my absolute ideal. Like, I like other types of literature, and actually I read about over half my reading is adult reading. But it's like children's books, like either children's picture books or like middle reader books are like what I really care about and love and like know a lot about. I do have a really fun story that like someone came into the bookstore today and I was like in the office like counting my drawer because I'm on register half the time. And so I was counting my drawer and I just finished and like my manager came into the office and he's like, I have a question for you, like I need your expertise. And I walk out and it's this lady who I've seen before and helped her and her son find books together before, and he's like 11. And like her face like lit up when she saw me and she's like, oh good, he loved all the books you recommended. And I was like, yes. And so then Alex was like, okay great, have at it. And so then Alex, my manager. And so then she and I went around and I recommended a few more books for her son. And she was like, yeah, he loved everything you recommended, blah, blah, blah. And like I recommended like Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones, and I recommended The Enchanted Forest Chronicles by Patricia C. Rady, and like things in that vein. I think I might have given him Mossflower by Brian Jakes, like. And she's like, yeah, I loved them. And so I was able to like recommend more things off of that. And it was just so good and fulfilling. And like, that's why I keep working at the bookstore. And that's like what I love is like building that connection with them. But I feel like I could just do so much better at a library. Anyway, rant over. Little boast over. Stephen King. Oh, jeez. So explain to me what you do exactly, Allie, if you don't mind. We can always talk about this later as well. We can always chat about it later too, but I don't know. I feel like I've never even volunteered in a library before, because at my library you weren't allowed to volunteer until you were like 14 or 16. Like it was some like really old age. And I was just like, well, why can't I do it now? And then by the time I was that age, I was too busy to do it. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't have time to do that. I'm always doing school. Like, I have no free time as it is. I can't volunteer, too. I don't know. I'll have to look into my library. I feel like they would need more people in the summer. So, like, maybe that's when I should, like, in, like, April or May, be like, so do you want to hire me, please? Please? Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, like, always, like, afraid that I'm gonna, like, bomb stuff. Like, interviews or if they like make you do like questionnaires online. Like I hate that stuff. I'm like, oof. How is, I feel like in person I can do much better, but like how is like this random quiz that you're making me take that I could be lying to like every single question is like better than like you interviewing me face to face and like no seeing if like I know what I'm doing and I'm like good and personable and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I hate that. Anyway. Well, thank you for saying that, Allie. That's really sweet of you. I just love children's books so much. They're the best. Yeah. Oh, I know. But also along with that, that means that it's that they exist in the first place. And like no matter what problems we have with the government, especially now, I feel like you still have to be happy that like libraries exist. And like I got so much out of the library as a kid. I was there all the time. Like I don't know. I'm fine with that. Definitely need people in the summer. I don't know. I do work full time, but I wonder if I could transition to like a part-time thing unless they just wanted a full-time person. I don't know. It's a lot to think about. Oh, don't worry about it for now, Allie. I'll send you a message and we'll figure something out. Sorry if this is getting boring for everyone. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, and like my job right now is really good and the people there really like me, and so like that part of my job is easy because then I'm kind of not like forced to do anything or like bossed to be told to do anything. Like they kind of just give me free reign, which I really enjoy. But I feel like I'm never moving in my job right now. I've been very stagnant since I've gotten it. And that's what I don't like. Okay. I've just sent you, well, I haven't sent it yet, but I'm sending you a message on Goodreads right now. I can't spell though. Well, I can spell for the most part, but I think I just type too quickly and then I leave letters out and then I can't figure out what I'm missing. Alright. Hopefully everybody hasn't abandoned us for being boring. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cold in my house right now too. Our heater was broken for a while though, so like nothing is as bad as that. I'm supposed to have a big snowstorm tomorrow and possibly getting sent home early from work tomorrow. So I don't know if I should be happy or sad about that. My thing about college has always been like, if there was nothing I was super passionate about like learning, like without like a specific reason for going and like a career I wanted to start in a certain field, there was no point in me going because it's just a lot of money to spend for that. And that's why I have always decided not to go to college. But if I wanted to become an official librarian, that's something that I would reconsider. Oh, Libby recommended me to you. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Libby. She's a lawyer instead. Oh, just no biggie. She's just a lawyer instead. Yeah, it's so expensive. And, like, I already have so much college debt anyway from Christopher that I just... Ugh. We should at least get that paid off before, like, deciding to start mine. Or at least get most of it paid off before... Because, like, if I start mine right now, then by the time my loans, like, kick in and having to pay them, we won't be done with his, and then we'll be screwed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's Totoro. I got it for Christmas in 2016 because I specifically asked for it and sent them a link, and I was like, please get me this bag. I love Totoro. Totoro's the best. Okay, I can't find my ruler, which is normally what I use right here, so we're gonna do it without a ruler, I guess. I don't really like it without a ruler, though. Oh, you know. I'm just gonna do it in here, because the line is already there for you. That's really awesome, Diana. Don't you have like a million degrees though now? Are you being sarcastic saying that you don't regret it or anything? A preschool or kindergarten teacher. That sounds like a lot of work. I don't know how teachers do it. It's so much work. You got your associates in history last year. Nope, just one. Okay. I thought you said you'd been going to like college for a long time, but I guess you took it like off and on. Or am I just completely making this up? Oh, jeez. Alright. A lot of math classes. Oh, that's really good of you, Diana. That makes sense. How long have you and your husband been together? Before you were 21? That's crazy. That's awesome, though. You restarted when you were 42. Oh, 17 years on Valentine's Day. That's cute. Happy 17th. That's crazy sauce. Allie, what music do you play? That's so cool. I love teaching music, but I don't think I could ever, like, take a full degree in it. I think that would just be too much for me. Okay. So here's where we're at. 2/7, that's tomorrow. I've tried to film my February TBR like 3 times, and I've already spent probably like 4 hours filming it, like with all the preparation and everything that I've done with it. Actually probably more than that, and I just can't get it to turn out right, and I just don't even know if it's worth like refilming and trying to like edit it once more. I don't know. I really wanted to do a February TBR, but I just don't think it's happening this month, which sucks. A music therapist. I don't know what that is. Am I supposed to know what that is? I don't know what that is. Flute, that's really cool though. Okay. So that's the rest of February. And I am going to finish my current read up, which is 10 Ways to Be Adored When Landing a Lord. It's pretty rubbish, but I might as well finish it. So I'm going to listen to 9, 10, and 11 of that. Oh, let me highlight the weekends first. You went on your first date in February. Got engaged in May and got married in June. Holy frick. That's so fast. I mean, Chris and I started dating in April and got engaged in June, but then we didn't get married for a year. We got engaged after 2 months of dating, so like that's not what I'm saying is fast. It's just the whole like engaged to marriage so fast. I don't think we could have gotten our families together that quickly. That's really cool though. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the 9th, the 11th, the 16th, the 18th, the 23rd, the 25th, and that's all the days I can read a lot this month. You eloped? What? You also eloped? How did you guys just both elope? That's so crazy. Tell me your stories. That is really cool, Allie. I've never heard of that, but that's really, really awesome, and it totally makes sense. Oh, that's sad that you're not doing that anymore. But also, I understand why you might have had to stop, but that's really cool. You have cousins that are still mad at you for it. I'm highlighting my days off, which are the days that I usually read more. Although you keep saying that you're gonna have a ceremony. Oh, nice. That's so cool, Diana. I think that's great. Oh, I didn't even write down what book this was. I just wrote the date, the hours on. That's fine. I'll just phone it in. 10 Ways to Be Adored When Landing. Oh, Lord. There we go. It's a long title. And I don't like it. Oh my gosh. My thoughts on this book. I don't know. I was already like pretty mad about it. Like it was fun and I was enjoying it, but I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty bad, but I was okay with it. Like I was enjoying it. And then the scene happened, and it just like totally threw me off, pulled me out of the story, made me cringe so hard. And I'm freaking out, and I need the people who I'm discussing with to keep up and catch up so we can talk about how cringy it is. And I hope they agree. If they don't agree with me, I'm gonna die. Okay. Sometimes you wonder who comes up with these romance titles. Yeah, I actually really like these titles for the series. I think it's fun. The first one is the 9 rules to break when romancing a rake, or while romancing a rake, and there actually are. There's 9 rules that she writes down that society has given her that she decides that she's going to break, and then along the way she ends up romancing a rake. And then for this one, the 10 ways to be adored when landing a lord, at the beginning of like each chapters, there's like a section from this like newspaper article which is entitled 10 ways to like entrance like a lord or something, entice a lord, whatever. And it's like all these 10 rules to follow. And so basically it will like give the description of it, and then in the chapter something happens that like totally goes against what they're telling you to do, and that's why he falls in love with her, is because she's like very like against society. Anyway, it is really though. You got married in Shakespeare's garden in Central Park. That is so cool. I doubt that it sounds more romantic than it was. That sounds gorgeous. That is really, really cool. Oh. Okay. Well. I don't know what else I want to read then. I'm currently just started the Cruel Prince by Holly Black, but I'm not really into it yet. Let's see. Okay. So for the 9th to the 11th, I'm supposed to read An Extraordinary Union by Alyssa Cole. Let's see how long that is. I think it's 9 hours, but let's check. Have I not bought it yet? Oh, silly me. I haven't gotten it yet. Well, I will buy it, and then we'll see. Anyway. You ended up getting married in shorts and a t-shirt. That's really funny. Libertarians on the Prairie. Yeah, I've seen it, but I didn't know really what it was about. I just know that I've seen it, I think at my bookstore. I need to continue on with that series. I mean, I've already read that series. I need to continue my reread of that series. And then I can read all the biographies about her and stuff. What the rules were? Oh no, that's okay. Interesting. And I don't know. It's 10 hours long. I just, I don't know. Those aren't my niche of romance books. It's a rabbit hole. I know there are a lot of them. I feel like every time I talk to you, you're reading another one. What I really want to read is that new biography. Well, I think it came out in October about Charlotte Bronte, Virginia Woolf, Jane Austen, and someone else. I don't remember. It's like, which book is it? I know I have it on my Audible wish list, but it's probably way far back. Unless you know which book I'm talking about. I feel like Sisterhood was in the title. I don't want to say it's the Secret Sisterhood, but it might be Secret Sisterhood. Gosh, Audible, why are you so slow? We're only back to January 25th of books that I've added. Now we're back to January 15th. This is going to take forever. But anyway, the only problem with reading that book is that I would really like to reread books by, like, Jane Eyre first. And then I would like to read something by Virginia Woolf, which I've never read a book by her yet. I didn't buy any books from the mystery and thriller sale. I just don't really like mysteries or thrillers. So I quickly looked through it and didn't see anything I was interested in, so didn't get anything. But yeah, definitely not something I would go hunting after. Okay. I'm on December 14th, perpetually. There are so many books. So many books. Please, Giselle, why have you added so many books to your Audible wish list? Stop. I have 74 pages of books. And I'm on page 14. And I'm only back to December. Did you buy any of the books, Keisha, by the way? I'm sure you did. It's a good deal if you like that genre. Or those genres, I guess I should say. That doesn't sound right. Sisters of the Extreme. That doesn't sound right. Why am I still only on December 14th? Please. Please past me. Stop adding all these books to your wish list. I would really appreciate it. And you gave up after a few pages. There are a lot. Have I did a bookshelf on Goodreads? Yeah, I probably should check on Goodreads, but I didn't realize how many pages I had on my Audible wish list. I knew in the back of my head that it was probably something extreme like this, but I didn't think about it before I started. And now that I've started, I can't just stop. I can't tell what page I am of a physical book through an audiobook. I just track the hours that I've listened to, and then at the end I'll see how many pages I am through it by oh, well, I finished this book, so that's 352 pages. Um, if you really want to know, like, as close to as general as you can, then I would say you'd have to do math and, like, well, this audiobook is 10 hours long and I'm 2 hours through, and then, like, have to, like, divide it up and figure out, like, what page you're on through that, like, as rough of a guesstimate as you can get. Assuming that each page is the exact same amount of time, which it's not. Which is why I don't do it that way. That's why I just track hours. I used to try to track pages and stuff like that, and it just wasn't worth it for me. It's too much of a headache. Who knows? I've heard really good things about the Veronica Mars books, but I've never seen the movies. Is that what they are, movies? I'm not even sure. I only ever heard about them from Lindsay Ray. I think her and Sarah from Books and Junk were reading them when they were coming out, but I don't really know anything about them at all. Please, Giselle. Now I'm finally back to November 20th, and there's going to be like 8 more pages of November 20th. I just know it. Yeah, I find like that percentages work better. Oh, gosh, flubbin' dang it. It is just called A Secret Sisterhood. I was so close. I was close. I said it. I said I think it's called The Secret Sisterhood. It's called A Secret Sisterhood. The author is Emma Claire Sweeney and Emily Midorikawa. Narrated by Elizabeth Satry, if you are listening to it. And it's the literary friendships of Jane Austen, Charlotte Bronte, George Eliot, and Virginia Woolf. George Eliot was the one I was forgetting. Which I recently just read a book by George Eliot. I read Daniel Deronda. I really want to reread Jane Eyre, which I'm actually going to be rereading this month. I'm rereading Pride and Prejudice this month as well. So I just need to read something by Virginia Woolf, and then I feel like I can read this book. Which was literally had the exact title that I said it did. It's a TV show. You got a movie and then 2 books. All right. All right. Good to know. I feel like I shouldn't go down that rabbit hole, but I probably will at some point. If you're listening on CDs, you can still guesstimate. I mean, it won't be 100% perfect, but like if there's 12 CDs and each CD is roughly around the same length and you're on CD 6, then you know you're halfway. Or if you're on CD 8, you know that you're just a little under, you're like at 75% pretty much. Like, you can still guess it. On Overdrive, if you... So, on Libby... Oh, let me turn down my brightness and see if that helps. Ooh, I think I just messed up my place. That's fine. On Libby, yeah, if you click right here, it will tell you I'm at 5%. There we go. And then on Overdrive, if you bookmark it, it's like if I'm in this book and I hit the bookmark button, then if you go over here, then it will tell you that what percent you're at. I hope you could see that. And that says that I'm at 0% because I haven't started this and I don't listen to books on Overdrive anymore. I use Libby. And on Hoopla, yeah, I just guessed. There is a way of doing it with math as well by like dividing percentages and stuff like that, but you can just look it up. You're welcome. You can look up like how to find a percentage. So like if your audiobook is, I don't know, like 17 hours, you could look up what percentage is 4 of 17 if you're 4 hours through the 17-hour long audiobook, and it will pop it up for you. So you can also Google that as well, which I've done in the past. Because it's the worst. Math is the worst. Okay. For me. Okay, so An Extraordinary Union, I'm reading over this weekend. I'm also going to read Pride and Prejudice over this weekend. I think it's about 11 hours long. Well, how many CDs are there? Okay. And then The Hollow Kingdom I'm listening to from the 12th to the 14th. That's 8 hours long. And then I'm also going to be listening to Jane Eyre starting on the 12th. And those are all like my buddy reads that I have planned out right now. So I guess for Cruel Prince, I'm going to try to listen to 3 hours tomorrow, 3 hours the next day. Oop, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then maybe take a day break. And math is the sun. That's great. I totally agree. Math is what really stressed me out at school. So we're going to say that this is 13 hours long, The Cruel Prince. So on Sunday for The Cruel Prince, I'm going to listen to 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to find one other book to start before Jane Eyre. Nope. That's all that I have to get to from that I have like checked out from the library. There's nothing else I'm like, if you don't get to this right now, it's gonna get returned. And I don't really feel like nonfiction. So I guess I will, I probably shouldn't listen to 2 fairy books at once, but they're very different. maybe I will try getting to Once Upon a Marquess. But I don't know if I want to do that too overlappy. I don't know. I might as well. Which is the book club pick. This is not my first time reading Pride and Prejudice. This is my 4th time reading Pride and Prejudice. I've read it lots before. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that will do it, and then this week I'll probably plan again on Sunday, and I already kind of have. I know that I'm going to mostly just be focusing on Jane Eyre and Hollow Kingdom. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm hoping to do with my reading. I'm probably going to exceed it, but that's an idea. I feel so much better knowing that I've decided to pick up Courtney Milan. And then I was going to do stuff in my bullet journals, but I've been having some hard time with my phones charging recently. My phones, meaning my phone and then my old iPhone that I use to film live shows on. And it's not letting me charge if I'm using an extension cord. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. So my phone is on like 15% and it's going to die any minute now. So I think I have to end the live show before it dies so that I can charge it, so that I can have it set to go for next time. I haven't read or watched Pride and Prejudice and Zombies yet. It's something that I'm curious about, mostly just because it looks like really funny. But I definitely will probably do it at some point. It's just not a priority for me. Anyway. Alright. You weren't a big fan of the movie. The movie looks so funny though. Oh. Like funny in like a terrible, ridiculous, awesome way though. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and planning with me and listening to my rambling and answering all my questions. I don't know the next time I'll do one of these. Hopefully I can get a February TBR filmed at some point and uploaded. That would be a good thing. Maybe I'll try to do that on my day off on Friday. Anyway, thank you guys. You're awesome. I love chatting with you as always. And I will see you very soon in another video, hopefully. I have like 2 more that I've edited and that I just need to upload. So I should probably do that. Anyway, good night everyone. I'll see you later.